Hey there Libra, welcome to weekly tarot reading for February 20th to the 26th. Let's take a look and see what may be on the cards for you. So I'm going to jump straight on in with the Moonchild Tarot and we'll grab some energies to frame up your reading. Libra, the first one out is Strength, Leo energy. It's time for you to be brave and be bold. You are stronger than what you think you are, and you can navigate through this situation. Now, Leo really rules the spine and the heart, so sometimes with this card I say it's time to fire up and have that backbone to follow the call of your heart, because there's some kind of new potential to be unlocked through that process. Okay, what else? We've got the Five of Wands. Yeah, you are conflicted at the moment. You may also be engaged in a conflict situation, whether it's in a relationship or at work. The Five of Wands can also be where your energy is starting to deplete in a situation. So that's why it's time for action. The number 5 energy is the middle point, right? And it's the action that we take now that determines the number 10 that we arrive at. And we want to get to 10 of Cups or 10 of Pentacles, not the 10 of Wands or 10 of Swords, where we've overstayed in a situation to the point of burnout. Sometimes with the 5 of Wands, you really need to reharness that energy. It's going in different directions that are no longer positive for you. And maybe it's going to take that strength and courage to not only accept that and forgive yourself for maybe staying in that situation, but also to take the right action for you, Libra. Temperance is here. Sagittarian energy in the major arcana, and it's actually the energy that comes after death. Okay, it's number 14. Death card is number 13. So this is the healing, the rebalancing that comes after we release a situation. It's a guardian angel on this card, so it feels like you are being guided towards that. Now, if you are worried about timing or if this is the right time to take that action, Temperance is also saying that the conditions are actually right and you will come back into such a greater sense of health, mentally, emotionally, physically and spiritually on the other side of the situation. Navigating through the situation is also the catalyst for a new path for you. Alright Libra, let's get your 9 card block out. If you'd like a personal reading or healing, first link down below will take you to my website where you can check those out. You may also want to grab my Learn Tarot Quick Guide if you want to begin reading the cards. That's absolutely free. I'll link that down below. If you want to take your Learn Tarot journey further, the doors are open to the Initiation, my more immersive tarot course. And for daily readings, you can join me on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. The links are underneath this video in the description. Please use those links, as I know that definitely on Instagram there are scammers doing the rounds, and just know that I never send DMs and ask if you want readings. So I'm going to speed things up. I'll see you in just a moment, Libra. I'm going to call you Gemini. Libra, let's go. Okay, well Libra, these are your cards, and you know how I almost called you Gemini before I started the shuffle? I actually see so many similarities to the Gemini reading, including the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, the 10 of Swords, the 5 of Cups in exactly the same position, and a similar flavor here. So depending on where, Gemini is in your chart, Libra, you may want to go and watch that one as well. So it feels like it's time for you to move on to a new frontier, some kind of uncharted territory, okay? Now, we see the 5 of Swords here as well, and it feels like you're in a situation that will escalate to being more abrasive the longer you stay here, okay? It feels out of balance, right? And, when things are out of balance, we really need to add some counterweight here to level them up. So if you're in a situation and you think, I can reinvest and I can make that happen, then go ahead. But the first card out is the 8 of Cups, which generally is a transitional energy. Now, the 8 of Cups is definitely not all bad, and it's not saying that the situation that you're in is all bad either, but what it does say is that you've achieved a certain amount of growth, certain amount of success and happiness in this situation for a period of time, but it feels like it has not only stagnated, but it's getting to that point where it's becoming an irritation, okay? The Five of Wands is like in a relationship context, because this could be in different settings, so I'll give you some examples. In a relationship, it's the energy where now we're always niggling and nagging at each other, like, you know, we're not feeling the love, we're just feeling triggered by each other. In work, career, it's like losing your energy for that work and feeling like it's draining you of energy. Maybe not seeing eye to eye with your manager, with your colleagues, because you've changed and your values have changed and it's just not in alignment anymore, okay? You could say the same about a place that you live, because maybe your energy has transitioned and either the city or the country is not appropriate anymore. So it's an acknowledgement that, you know, it's had its growth and it's had its time, and that's fantastic. But now you are seeking the ninth cup, the true wish fulfillment, and the gateway to that is to journey through the Eight of Cups, which is somebody who's acknowledging that deeper intuitive call and is using that information to go, I think it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to move forward, because I don't really have any true power and control by staying in this situation. The Six of Pentacles can be that, yeah, it's just unevenly weighted here. You might be dealing with an unreasonable partner or manager who is always pulling the strings or orchestrating, and you're just kind of having to go along with things or get the leftovers. You can say the same about the level of emotional availability with somebody. So for you to get into power, you know, it feels like you need to go into Emperor mode. You need to become the Emperor. Look, in this reading, we've got three characters wearing red coats, and that red coated energy is the energy of, I'm putting on my coat of action, I'm switching on intellectually, and I'm using that information to transform my situation. So stepping into the Emperor or Magician energy, which we'll get to, is really about you taking control before the situation escalates to a Five of Swords situation, right? Where the knives really come out, not literally, of course, but, you know, it's the Five of Wands is kind of like a lower level, sort of, maybe there's gossip, maybe there's corporate politics, maybe we're not seeing eye to eye, to, you know, we're really falling out here and things are getting abrasive and there might be really harsh words said, and you're kind of getting to the point, well, it's not really if, it's when I can leave this situation, because, you know, it's just feeling very tense and uncomfortable. There's also an element of the holding on, though, with the Four of Pentacles, and it might be, you know, sometimes it can be a little bit of stubbornness too. No disrespect there, Libra, but it might be, well, I'm holding my ground, you know, I'm not letting them win, and by me staying here and not moving on, I'm doing that. But if that's the case, I ask, is that really best for you? Sometimes a bigger stand is by actually knowing when to walk away, knowing when to retreat and pull your energy back. There might be other reasons why you're holding on, financial reasons with the Four of Pentacles. Sometimes, you know, not really seeing your true worth and value and having the confidence to move on. It does feel like you can play a bigger game than where you are now, okay? Because this is feeling like it's pulling your energy down. The moon at the heart of the reading can mean that you've also been dealing with someone who is two-sided or two-faced, hence the Five of Wands with gossip or corporate politics or undercurrents. The moon can talk about the fact that there are different levels going on, there are other depths. There could also be, you know, secrets here, whether that's the secret you're keeping about wanting to move on, or the fact that somebody is, you know, not giving you the full picture here, okay? And I think that that feeling is what's really ignited Libra, this sort of, look, there'll be levels, but it can be fear, anxiety, paranoia, or just feeling like things are off in this situation. Like you're feeling the energy, you might not have received all of the energy, but you can tell that something doesn't feel good. And, you know, there could even be deceptions or betrayals. They come in many different forms, okay? Somebody throwing you under the bus at work, claiming that your idea was their idea, someone gaslighting in a relationship, somebody didn't tell you what they spent the money on, so many different things. The Ten of Swords says, you know, you've kind of had it in this situation. It's wearing thin and wearing you down. Now, the positive is that on the other side of this situation is the Sun energy. There is some serious silver linings here with the Ten of Swords. It gives way to a new dawn, a new day. Okay, a new dawn and a new day. The Sun is healing. Remember, Temperance is also healing energy. The Sun is about overcoming a big struggle or challenge. It's about rebirth. It's about vulnerably transitioning through endings to get to a better beginning for yourself. So I do feel that, and it does feel like there is the leaving of a group dynamic, whether that is a workplace group, a relationship that may have other parties, and it doesn't have to be third parties for cheating, but it could be that there's somebody else, you know, in the air of your person. It could be, you know, an in-law, or it could be a friend. Just feels like there is multiple opinions and, you know, a lot of different energies involved in this. Now, the Five of Cups really says that the joy's out of the situation. It's been lost some time ago, and this is an indication that we can't get it back. But the true, like, you know, 9 and 10 of Cups, like those missing 2 cups to take you from the 8 to the 9 through to the 10, which is that blessed best life living, they're found behind you. They're found in the place that you're not looking. They're found in the new beginning. And it's time for you to power up as the Emperor or Magician and unlock that new reality by taking the action. You've got everything that you need to step into the bravery of moving on from this situation. You've got the resourcefulness of the Pentacle, the passion and power of the Wand, the intellect of the Sword, and you've got the emotional intelligence, the EQ of the Cup. Also, vibrationally, the situation does not feel like it's vibing with you anymore. You're on a different level, and the thing is that we do become what we're surrounded by. So meaning this energy is kind of infiltrating and pulling you down with it. It feels like there might be, you know, better suited alignment elsewhere. So Libra, let's grab you a couple of oracles to close out. Go for Moonology first. Show the world the real you. This is the full moon in Aquarius card. So, you know, maybe you're having to mask. The moon can be, I'm having to hide certain parts of myself, or actually mask to be here because it's just not a fit anymore. And it feels like if you move on, you'll be in a position, Libra, where you can show the world the real you, and you can feel, you know, so much more, you know, in your power and in your light. Okay, and I've got deepening. Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, Libra, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment and surrender. They bring the peace of God. So it's about knowing, you know, when to let go, when to release, and when to detach, so that you truly can, you know, be in all of your energy expression and, you know, experiencing the joy that we're supposed to have, you know, here in this lifetime. Libra, that's what I have for you. I'm going to leave this with you, and of course know that I'm cheering you on, and of course wishing you so much love and magic. Do take care of yourself. Bye for now.